Day 12.
Pinecone may look just like snow, but he can't hear the ho-ho-ho. Santa Hattie still believes we will vlog every day till Christmas Eve.
One of the things that I wanted to do during Vlogmas was a Twitter talk, so I tweeted and I asked you guys to tweet me questions with the hashtag questions for Elle. So I have them all pulled up on my computer right here. So the very first questions for Elle hashtag question that came through was, when and how did you get Pinecone? So Pinecone I got 2 years ago for myself back in like January. He was my Christmas present to myself, and his name comes from a pine cone being a baby Christmas tree, which actually I found out later that Christmas trees aren't actually pine trees, they're spruce trees, but pine trees can be Christmas trees. Like sometimes I've seen Christmas trees with like little baby pine cones, so that's where he got his name. Yeah, and I have a whole video called Elle Gets a Cricket Kitten or something like that, where he's just an itty bitty baby. It's like 2 days after I get him, and he's so tiny, he's so precious. It's on this channel. Okay, I'm just going to go through here. There's a lot of questions. There's like 500 questions. I'm just going to skim through and pick some random ones. Would you rather swim with sharks or ride an emu? Okay, I'm assuming this is like, because riding an emu I don't think would be as dangerous, I'm assuming this is like nice sharks, or is it like dangerous sharks and a dangerous emu? I would say ride an emu because, random fact, my grandfather owned an emu farm. I'm not even kidding. So like I grew up around them. That is so bizarre, I know, but I've like met and petted emu. Is that weird? So yeah, probably that one. Plus sharks scare me. Not like super scare me, but scare me enough that I wouldn't pick them over an emu. Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10? I have no idea. I mean, hopefully I'll be like settled down with a family in like 10 years, 5 years, maybe married. I don't know. It's so hard to think that far in the future because being a YouTuber, I work very much in the present. So I don't think that far in advance in general. I don't think most YouTubers do because we're really like focusing on, you know, what video we're going to do next as opposed to like what our career is going to be like in 5-10 years. How many little jobs and big jobs have you had since you started YouTube? Ever since I started YouTube, I've just done YouTube, but before that I worked at Abercrombie, Hollister, and Dooney & Burke, so I worked retail before I started making YouTube videos. What was your prom dress like? Okay, so I have more than one prom dress, but my favorite one was, it was very mermaid-esque. It wasn't a mermaid shape. My dress the next year was actually a mermaid shape where, you know, it's like really form-fitting and then it kind of flares out at the end. But this one was very form-fitting all the way down. I never had a poofy dress. It was very slimming and like streamlined. And it was like this beige color with seafoam and all these beads. And it was a two-piece. Two-piece dresses were like really in back then. And I just loved it. It was the most beautiful. Oh, it was so pretty. It was like all beaded on the top. And the skirt, I remember, had like this slit, but like under the slit it was seafoam lace. It was just so beautiful. It was such a pretty dress. And then the next year I had a mermaid shaped dress, and it was also in like a seafoam kind of color, and it had beading and it had like a corset back. It was really pretty too, but I liked the other one better. What's your next planned tattoo? So I don't really have a planned one per se. I do have a couple that I want to get. I want to get a quote on my ribs. I also want to get one on my wrist, on this wrist, just like a tiny one right here. And I also want to get one on my foot. So we'll see. But I don't want to get like a ton because I like tattoos a lot, but for me, I only want a few. Like I want them to be spaced out on my body. I don't want there to be like a ton, you know, in one place, if that makes sense. Team Damon or Team Stefan? So this is Vampire Diaries, obviously. I will say I am Team Damon. But I think I'm Team Damon because I almost feel sorry for him. And I think that's why I pick him over Stefan, because Stefan had both Catherine and Elena. Catherine picked him and Elena picked him. And I feel like Stefan is also very internally like distraught all the time. Like he has a lot of, you know, negative baggage emotions. You know what I mean? Like he kind of he's like the Ripper, and he just goes off the deep end and he abandons Elena, and you know, tells her he has to leave her for her own good, but it's not her own good because she's in love with him. And then you have Damon, who really would do anything for Elena. And Damon might not be the best guy. I mean, you know, this might be a spoiler if you haven't seen, like, I don't know, a while back, but when Elena goes off the bridge and Matt's in the car, Stefan saves Matt because Elena tells him to. Damon would have never saved Matt. Damon would have saved Elena, regardless of whether she wanted him to. And I think that's the key difference between Damon and Stefan. And Stefan, in that sense, is the better guy, but I think Damon loves her more in a different way, if that makes sense. Some of you guys might disagree with me. I know there's a lot of Team Stefans out there. I was Team Stefan for a while, for a long time, but I don't know. And then what's going on now, if you guys are caught up with like the end of Vampire Diaries, like how much has aired already? Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to think about what's happened between Elena and Damon, so I'm not going to spoil anything. If you could choose for Pinecone to not be deaf, would you? You know, that's like a really hard question because, yeah, for his sake, if I could snap my fingers and have him had been born with hearing, I would do it for his sake. However, if he had been born with hearing, I wouldn't have him because the reason that I got him was because they couldn't find a home for him because he was deaf. So I would never want to like do anything that would put him with anyone other than me because he's like the love of my life. He's my son. What nocturnal animal would you be if you had to be, and why? I would obviously be some sort of cat because cats are nocturnal, or maybe I'd be an owl. Owls are nocturnal and I like owls and they can fly, which is cool, but I think they eat mice, which cats I guess eat mice too. I don't know. I don't really want to be an animal. What was your favorite theme party with your sorority? So my sorority had a theme party every year. It was like our biggest party of the year and it was called Coyote. And we would go to a country bar and it was with us and a couple other sororities and fraternities every year. And it was just the most fun ever. I really like country music anyway, and we would all dress up. We would all wear little denim shorts and cowboy boots and hats. And it was just so much fun. Like there would always be a bull you could ride and we would have like line dances. It sounds silly if you guys don't like country music, but it was like the most fun costume theme party ever. It was so much fun. And then two of my housemates were in a different sorority. They were AO Pies, and AO Pie would have a party every year called Pirate. And they would go on a boat and have a pirate themed party on a boat. And actually I did a video way back when I was still in college, and it was like get ready, like watch me turn into a pirate video. And it was because I was going to the pirate party with my roommates that were going to that party. And I don't know, that was fun too because we never had a pirate themed party in my sorority, but dressing up as a pirate and going on a party on a boat, that's pretty cool. So I don't know, my school just had like really fun themed parties for Greek life. If you had to get a tattoo right this second, what would you get and why? So I actually know the answer to this because I just had a conversation with a friend. I kind of wanted to just get one on a whim, and she was like, well, what would you get? And I knew. I think I would get a tiny little bow right here. So this is the arm I have this one on. I would want it on the inside and right on the corner, and I would want just a tiny little bow. Or yeah, a bow, because Blair was like, well, maybe I would get a bird there, but no, I think a bow would fit me better because I'm... One says, how do you maintain a perfect figure? First of all, thank you so much for that compliment, because as a girl, I never feel like my figure is perfect, even when it might be as perfect as it can get. I eat very clean most of the time. I've been a little slackerish lately. I think we've just been busy and we've been eating out a little bit more, but typically I'm very clean with my eating. And I'm not huge at working out, I'll admit. I don't go to the gym. I don't like lift weights. I don't really run. I do take dance cardio classes, and that for me, like, I don't know, it really seems to work. It kind of gets me like working up a sweat and I just have fun with it. Also, if I don't want to go to a dance class, I will just blast my music and literally dance around my room for like an hour. Like jumping jacks, running around, dancing, getting totally out of breath until I have a side stitch. And I think that really helps too. So I'm kind of one of those people, I need to have fun with it. Because if I'm not having fun, like I don't know. In college, I went through something where I was trying to lose weight and tone up. And I was dieting, but I was also working out on an elliptical machine like 5 days a week, and that was really good. I actually didn't mind the elliptical machine, but I don't have one here. So I've asked Blair several times if we can get an elliptical machine. She's always like, we don't have anywhere to put it, even though we have a huge living room, but she doesn't want it out because she thinks it looks messy. If I lived by myself, I'd have one. Silly question, but what are your thoughts on the world ending? She put that in quotes. I don't believe that the world is going to end on December 21st, 2012, but at the same time, I'm happy I'm going to be home at my parents' house in a small town tucked away in the mountains and not in Los Angeles, because I feel like in a catastrophe, LA and New York would be the worst places to be. Like, you would just be trapped. So, yeah. But I don't think anything bad's going to happen, so don't you worry if you're going to be in a city. What is your favorite city? My favorite city is London, England. I've only been there once, but I loved it. It was years ago. I was in 7th grade, so I was like 12, but I loved it so much. And if I could live anywhere, or if I could have been born in any country other than America, it would be England. Yeah. Have you ever thought of getting Pinecone another friend, or is he a lone pet? I think that means, is he happy being alone? Pinecone, I have considered getting a puppy or another kitten to keep him company, but he has Teddy, and he actually is very strange with other cats. He is very antisocial, and he doesn't know how to interact with them. And I don't know if that's because he's deaf or if he's just like socially super awkward. He will literally walk on other cats. Like, what are you doing, Pinecone? Like, Kitchen will be on the floor, and Pinecone will just literally walk on top of Kitchen. Like, I've never seen a cat do that. He's so dumb. It's like really amusing though, because I've never seen a cat do that. I think that's it. If you could only buy one makeup brand for the rest of your life, what would it be? It would probably be Chanel. For a long time I would have said MAC. I'd probably say Chanel. It's my new favorite. What's your favorite type of Christmas cookie? This will be my last one. And that is my mom's butter cookies. They are so delicious. They have chocolate and pistachios on the end, and they are absolutely my favorite. Yeah. So that's, I think this video is pretty long, so I'm just going to end it there for this Twitter talk. I can do another one during Vlogmas if you guys want me to. Just let me know. In the very first Vlogmas video, when I asked you guys what type of videos you wanted, a lot of people did say Twitter talks, but I don't want to like bore you guys. So if you'd like to see another one, let me know. And if not, I will see you guys tomorrow with Vlogmas Day 13. Bye! Today we're taking down number 13. Be the kind of friend that you would like to have. Elephant Mouse is over here on my nightstand today since I moved my tree, so I'm going to open up today's present over here as well. It is the Little Snow Penguin present, and it is the Lancome Hypno Star collection. So it comes with a mascara base, an eyeliner, and an eye makeup remover. And I got this from Sephora, and I think this little kit is so cute. And it's a good way to try a lot of higher end makeup products if you are into beauty products and you want to try some of these things. So in order to be eligible, just be subscribed to both of my channels and leave me a comment below telling me what your favorite Vlogmas video has been thus far, because this is halfway done with Vlogmas, so I would like to know, you know, what your favorite video from the first half of Vlogmas was. And give this video a thumbs up if you would like to, and yeah, and then you'll be entered to win this. So that's all for today. Elephant Mouse says good night and have a really good, restful night of sleep. Goodbye.
Pinecone may look just like snow, but he can't hear the ho ho ho. And Santa Cat, he still believes we will vlog every day till Christmas Eve.